a question for Wack too, right? So what do you do when you ain't never been active your whole life? You doing your own shit. You trying to follow a philosophy of what you believe a real nigga to be, and while you trying to uphold that code, that vision, other niggas is trying to get you to hop off the porch.
Let me tell you something. When it's time for you to hop off the porch, you're going to know when it's time. Nobody ain't going to have to tell you. The greatest battle that's ever been fought has been fought in courtrooms with the pen. So the greatest battles that you ever fight sometimes will never be fought with your fist. Street corner shit, if a nigga come and smack your wife, you know it's time to fight. Nobody has to tell you to jump off the porch. You see what I'm saying? If somebody trying to rob you on your way home from work, you know when it's time to fight. A lot of us haven't been taught what to really fight for. A lot of my niggas that's in jail, they got life in jail, they don't even know why the fuck they got life. They was fighting for nothing. They was fighting because they was angry. They was fighting because the hood got the best of us. And now these same dudes is just begging. They writing letters to girls talking about they just want to come home and do little. Years old, they still in jail at 50, going on 60. They can't even explain to you why they in jail. Who wants to go through that?
Yeah, life is better without problems, yo.
Hey, Hassan Campbell, can I ask you a question? Like, because I know this room about Lil Durk, I just want to ask you a question in regards to Mama Duck. Well, Mama Duck, like, how you feel about, like, do you think it need to be more mothers like her to stand up and fight for justice for their kids?
Fight for justice? I think Mama Duck is a fucking failure. I think she's a failure. She got 5 kids that died in the street.
Man.
Nah. We gotta at least be some grievance. Listen. We don't ask questions and then tell a nigga he can't answer. The bottom line to that, if I was the father of those kids and I was in jail, the number one thing I would do is come home and kill that bitch for letting all of my kids die. You gonna tell me, and this is why I say this, right? You let all, no. Because once I start losing, first of all, when I realized that I can't raise my kids in the fucking hood, that's why I moved out of Bronx River to Co-op City. Then after I left Co-op City, I would have got a co-op. I went into a house to calm shit down. Because you know why? I kept realizing that I can't keep going back to jail for murder. So now when your sons get murdered, right? You ain't going to take your resources to get your kids the fuck out of the hood? No, instead, I'm sitting up there watching videos where FBG Duck mother laying up with his ops. And the nigga that she laying up with putting a picture up there and showing that he fucking up. Like, you know what? That's a mentality right there.
Hey, yo, Hassan, you know what's crazy, right? Well, I never could understand them Chicago niggas, right? Where Chief Keef was fucking niggas ops and shit. I never understand how niggas could be fucking niggas moms, ops and shit. Like, that's crazy to me, my nigga. That shit is crazy. Like, she got to go too. That's how I...
Do you realize how dysfunctional... Do you know how... Yo, I couldn't even imagine. I probably would commit suicide if a nigga put up a video fucking my moms. She fucking the ops, my...
Wow.
Hey, Hodge, you gotta remember, before the East got started, everybody was cool on everybody's side.
What, yo, I'm not cool with nobody.
That?
I'm not cool with or sleeping with nobody that got beef with my goddamn daughters and sons.
You know how that shit go, you know what I'm saying? You know how that shit go late night. No.
Okay, let me, I want to reset the room. If you're new to the room, welcome to Dummy Boy Nation. Follow the greenhouse at the top. Follow all the moderators. We got Wack 100 and Hassan Campbell in the building. If you're trying to get on stage, you have to be a member. And if you are on stage, thank you for following the club room. Let's get the discussion popping.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like a real woman, when I went to jail in 94, my mother promised herself she moved out of Bronx River because she didn't want my younger brother to follow in my footsteps. So she moved out, and eventually she made a mistake. She moved into Far Rockaway, not realizing that shit was just as bad, but she moved into a house. She got out enough and she got a house to get the kids out of the danger. FBG Duck, his mother, sat back, and from what I understand, she lost 5 kids to the street. She's a disgrace.
God damn.
I agree with you on that shit.
When I see you dressed up, when I see you fly, she always dressed to impress. That means you decided to spend money on your fucking clothes instead of moving. Because it costs money to impress.
Hit that like
Gotta
button,
look out for the
subscribe.
kids.
But you gotta still think about, you know what I'm saying, what people be going through, you know what I'm saying? You never know situations out here.
Listen, what I do know is,
Accountability.
what I do know is, she was supposed to make sure that she raised her kids, because you got people in Chicago that ain't lose not one kid that live in the hood. All her kids was a magnet to that gangster persona, and the nigga that she fucked, right, was an ignorant nigga, putting her on blast. So that showed you that she was a hood booger. FBG Duck mother's a hood booger.
Walk that shit, Hans. A straight up hood book.
Bro, hold on.
Fucked up.
Straight up hood book.
Wow, boy.
How can we be sympathetic towards males that are victim of the system, but you can't be sympathetic towards this woman who's a victim of the system as well?
Nope. She knew better. She knew better, bro.
Listen,
Exactly.
I'm not sympathetic to no grown ass woman that's fucking my son ops. I'm not sympathetic to that. She's a grown woman. She know what she doing. She fucking the same niggas that's riding on her son. And then the nigga put her on the internet and put him on blast. She's a hood booger.
I gotta check that video out.
All she doing now is using her son for fame so she could get internet stardom now. She's disgusting.
Yo, Hassan.
She
Straight
should
up
have
hood
used
book.
that voice after she lost the first son. Now all of a sudden, like, yo, how many more? Like, I would never put a kid in that bitch. They gonna die.
Hey, yo, Hassan, I got a question for you. Around that time, see, I've been a fan of yours for years. Back then, when you said there was so many people trying to break up your family, how people disrespected Hassan Campbell Jr., I've been a fan of yours ever since people made fun of you about the whole African Bambala stuff. How can you and still be a YouTuber, go through the things that you've been through? Like, I've been watching your stuff. I even inboxed you on IG before. Like, you one of the realest ones on YouTube, period. How do you go through the things that you've been through in your life and still got a smile on your face?
Yo, honestly speaking, that's a good question. I cry. Like, let me tell you something, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I cried so much. Like, I just finished crying. I got off my live, and you know what I mean? Y'all kind of helping me clear my mind a little bit. I got off my live. My aunt called me on the phone, and she just told me that my uncle died. So right before I called in. I mean, I clicked in. My uncle just died. Now that's not even the worst part about it, right? Because his daughter, my cousin Angie, two of her daughters just died in a car accident, and one of their kids. It was 4 people that died in that car. So right now they down south. They just finished burying her daughters. So now my cousins is in the room with her trying to figure out how to tell her that her daddy just died. He died in the chair. This is my mother's oldest brother. So he just dropped dead. My mama just died last year. So we've been like, let me tell you something, man. I cry so much sometimes you can't even cry no more. And when they tell you that a man ain't supposed to cry, that's not true, because God wouldn't have gave you tears.
Yeah, I agree. I had the same situation earlier this year.
Hey, my condolences, Hassan.
Hit the like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, Haas, let me ask you one more question. Like, when it comes down to Dirk, like, how you feel about, like, you think Dirk gonna be involved in this indictment or what?
I think that Dirk right now is being protected. I think that the feds could have locked King Vaughn up before he died. They had enough to lock him up. I think they could have locked FBG Duck up. They let him stay out there. Chicago is designed to destroy itself. Chicago is designed to destroy itself. So pretty much in New York is what I try to explain to people, right? In New York, you get locked up for the stupidest shit and get life in jail with the feds, right? Cashing over 2 times. The shit that they locked him up for wasn't even worth locking up. They got him for posting a gun. He posted a gun up. You getting him for weed. He didn't get caught with the gun. You trying to get him for weed. He got locked up just because he know niggas, right? King Vaughn. Yo, King Vaughn, they can name at least 13 people that he murdered and shot. Murders and attempted murders. Where he did it at, like that girl K.I., right? Everybody knows all of the bodies. I've never in my life seen people knew, like, yo, he killed all of these people. It used to be a mystery when somebody got murdered. Everybody knows who killed who in Chicago, which means the feds know too, and it's on the internet. So all of them niggas should have been locked up a long time ago under the RICO Act. So that's why you know that Dirk is pretty much out here to do the devil's work. And that drill music is poison.
Hey, yo, Haas, they protected in Chicago, Haas.
Hey, but look, Whack 100, you know what I'm saying, he got a relationship with Dirk. Like, I know he feel, you know what I'm saying, a different type of way about it, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their feelings, but you got to understand something. I see things for what they are, not what they appear to be. Bottom line to it is the industry, the music industry is Satan's dance floor.